Okay guys, there's my portable gas tank on 2 brackets. I got a little weight tie wrap to the Nikki carburetor, and I'm going to let him sit there overnight. I purged, this line is full of fuel, and if that carburetor leaks, this little rag will tell us. I'm just doing a check over now that I'm waiting for that head gasket. I'm just doing a check over of the engine. I don't know if these are proper shear bolts. I think they are just bolts. I'll tell you in just a few minutes. I'm going to change a few things around and I'll be right back. Okay, let's check out these bolts. They might be, I don't know. But I put the nut back on there so I can just tap these. No, that's just a standard bolt. It's another good way to wreck a snowblower. And the lady who owns this, she owns a big house all by herself. She doesn't know this stuff. She just bought this. She bought this rig from an older couple that were retiring, right? So let's get this other one out of here, over here. Hey, over here. I think I can tap that one out with confidence. Isn't that sad? And what happens is the old one's probably broke, and then look at that, eh? So it's hit a few things. That's really, okay, that is really, really common, guys. That should have snapped. What else is broken? We're going to have a look at the pulleys and stuff, eh? But let me just see if I've got a thing of those. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them here. And they have the recess, which is what you need right, do you see right there? Sorry, I don't know why I'm speaking up. I guess I'm trying to speak over the furnace. So I'm going to stick a shear bolt in there and in there. And it looks like that's been stressed, eh? Yeah, that's been stressed. So I might have to hammer that one down. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. It's better. So they hit something on this side. Let's see if there's any damage to the tines. Yeah, a little. They're okay. Right, this is just for you guys. Low temperature. I'm not pulling it all the way out. Low temperature grease. It's perfect for things like this. It doesn't get too stiff when it's -40, right? I've got 2 grease guns, so sometimes I forget which one's which. Okay, first we're going to squirt some grease into that guy. Can you guys see any of that? Yeah, maybe, eh? Off to the side a little bit. I want to get more shots of my back. Okay. Going to squirt out somewhere. Oh, there we go. Put my fingers over these holes, and maybe it'll squirt out all the way to the end. Oh! Oh, it's coming out the wrong end. Okay, we'll do this other one, and we'll spin it 30 times. There, it's coming. That's as good as I can do. For now, except we can wipe this up. There's a big goober down here. And then here, I'm going to throw that in my grease rag. I got a grease rag bag. Are you getting any of it? Oh, you're getting some of it. You know I'm busy. I might just put a dab there and a dab there just to make myself feel better. It's too bad there isn't a grease nipple, a zert down here. That's a nice thing, that low temperature grease, eh? I don't know if you guys knew about that or not. Now I might beat on that, well, it might be okay. You know, if I beat on it with a smaller surface area, right here, I have to use my right hand. Okay, you guys feel that now. Right there. Can you feel that? It's better. It's all you can do. Now, as usual, the lady that owns this machine, she thinks it's in pristine condition, but it's really, really lacking maintenance, eh? Well, I guess I better donate a couple Husqvarna shear bolts. 1, 2, oh. I think these are the right ones. 1, 2. I got enough. Oh, and you see? Properly designed stuff. This shear bolt, we'll take you back out. YW. There, W. We're gonna, this is a nylon capped nut. So let's try that out now. Good. It's not stuck in there very far though, is it? Let's try the other one. That one goes in a little better. So we have a problem. It's not round enough. Or it's sitting high. Let me work on this a little bit. That's better. Oh yeah. Same little rattle on both sides. Good. And we put the nut on them and tighten them up. And they're 7/16 both sides. Shear bolts. That's a really good shear bolt lesson. So the owner of this machine was extremely lucky that the transmission, or whatever you want to call that gearbox here, wasn't totally destroyed, eh? Oh, that's a 1/2 inch. Good. You don't want these too tight, eh? I gotta go the other way on this one. There. Fixed. Now you don't want these ridiculously tight because they're designed to be a little bit loose, eh? Like that. I like it. One more problem solved. Cool. All right. And every time I do this, I probably over-explain it. See right here, there's a 3/8 bung on this gearbox. I didn't think there was one. Now I saw it that it's there. You see it, it's right there, right? Well, that's what these ugly looking sockets are for. They're an 8-point socket, not a 12-point. And you can just get in here and you can disconnect these guys. Nice, nice. Not too tight. Now all we got to do is hope and pray. Okay, that looks like a grease in there, right? It doesn't look like a... Oh, let's go back out. We want to W. That's a grease on the end of that. It's not an oil. So now we're just going to see how much is in there. Well, I think it's full. Yeah, it's full. No reason to worry. You know what? I don't think she's ever actually used this much. Okay, back underneath the auger. I was looking for bends in the auger because we had broken shear bolts, and there it is right there. I knew there had to be some kind of a bend. It's not the end of the world. It's just a little Zubal Gumby right there. So I'm going to try and see if I can pull that back. What have I got? Need something a little bit shorter than that, but tough. Well, that's not good for arthritis, that banging. Okay. I knew there had to be damage on there somewhere, right? It's actually a lot better. The neck will be sore tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to bend. Now we're getting close. You'll be amazed. I'm going to bend this tab down. And this tab, let's see, they almost bite from each other, right? Oh, well, I broke a shear pin. So that's a good news, right? That's good news. Now I can put it anywhere I want to. That's called old man strong. Pardon me, I'm getting the chair. We may have to have an adult beverage after this is over. Okay. So now you guys can see right in there. Right there, that dog, eh? I might have... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Hello! I'm going to use the bolts that came out of there that broke. Oh, we're close now, baby. I don't know if I can do much more. It's about as good as it gets, I think. Should I tweak it just a little bit more? Like you guys know me by now, right? Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est l'ami! Voila! Whew! Whew, I'm sweating. I don't need to get up on a ladder to check that. I just lower the unit. Here, let's take that belt cover off there. This always makes me nervous, actually. First thing I look for is in here. You should see some, because it's a used machine. That's belt material, right? That's the stuff coming off the belts. And it doesn't smell. So, what I'm looking at, if I can mount this, is right, no, I can't. Right in there, you see where that belt bends backwards? Right there. What I do is I turn the engine over and I see if there's any splits in that belt. It'll appear on the back side of this idler right there. So we're going to do that. One. Okay, and the other one? And then the second thing we do is we make sure the pulleys, none of them have slack in the pulleys, eh? Now she was complaining about a leak, eh? I'll turn you off now, I'm just wiping stuff down. Alright my friends, we're going to have a look inside the transmission. What do you got for wrenches? I don't know if those are going to be 3/8 or 10s. It's really, this is one of those machines where it's hard to tell. But ratchet wrenches are the key here. Okay, so we got one there, 3/8. Lots could go wrong inside here. The belly pan has not been off this one, I don't think. Oh yeah, what's the next one holding this guy on? It might just be grabbers. That's why I did the top one first. Good. So this is where you find out if the snowblower is worth fixing, and before you put the head on the engine. I think somebody has been in here and they've over lubricated it. There. Oh my lord! What? First thing, rubber seal. It's good. Pulleys are fine. Everything actually looks good. I'm going to wipe it up. Put a tiny bit of low temperature grease on the chain and on the guard, and we'll wipe everything else off. That's really, really good. So I'm going to take the stains off that drive wheel. You see that? Now, it shouldn't slip when I grab that. No, it's not. Good. Alright. So now we're just going to clean up the drive wheel and lubricate the chains and that square shaft down there that you see right here. That hex shaft. And that's it. Okay. Air tappet cover, valve covers on, muffler covers on, carburetor screwed in. Road King, you would love this. It's not quite right. Maybe it goes like, well, it covers up that spark plug somehow. There, just like that. Okay, that one goes on like that. We're gonna tighten that up right now. When it's been a week, you don't remember where every little tiny little piece goes, eh? This is the last of my parts right here. Ah, Andres on it. This one goes on here like that. Good. Protects this goo from getting in the spark plug. And then, I was sitting there, you know, in the middle of the night listening, thinking about this stuff, driving my wife nuts, and okay. Now that goes on top of there like that. Now those bolts are wrecked, remember that? We should be able to make this thing drip by priming it now. They're drip, okay? So that means the carburetor's so full it's got nowhere else to go. But I have to plug this into the key now. I don't want it to get in the way of the movement on the throttle. I think that'll be okay. Right. I should call my channel the King of Plastic. Let's get those two guys on there before we lose it. Before I lose it. Good. Now, the only thing we have to tighten up here now is we have a problem. Because when we took this apart, one of these broke. So what I'm going to do, and you can see the result of it here. You might remember that. I'm going to go see if I've got something metric that size. Okay, these screws are the ones that hold the top of a Tecumseh hood on, and they're standard, which doesn't surprise me because this muffler was probably pulled out of a standard factory, and those threads fit perfectly, and the steel is hard. Pull these back on, and we're done this job. Every time I encounter this, I think of Everett from Road King. Other side, you don't need to see. We got one other thing, and that back right tire, or the right tire has a small leak. Okay, we got to get some oil in this old girl. Thanks. Were you watching any of that? Yeah, you were. Okay, guys. They don't take 1 liter, they take 0.8 of a liter. I think we're there. I'm going to start it up. But first I'm going to stroke the engine a few times with the key off. That sounds good, eh? Put the key in. Let's use some electricity. Oh, I think it might start without it, just with choke. Choke, no choke, right? I think we're good. It should go. Let me just have a... one pull. So thanks for watching this, guys. You might not see it. I am going to do a demo on it. We'll see. I got lots of work right now. It's snowblower heaven out there. Some of them are mine, some of them aren't. So anyway, I got to clean up. Thanks for watching this one with me, guys. Pretty crazy, eh? I took that head off so I wouldn't have to... I didn't want a Healy coil or a thread package or something in that spark plug hole. So I went and I bit the bullet, took the head off, changed the head gasket, you know, and it runs good. Well, thanks a lot. So I think we're all done the 1550 by 30. Hope I didn't miss anything for you guys. It was actually a bigger job than I thought it was going to be. There is a little bit of slack in the wheels if you look right in there. But that's in the wheel shafts. I just checked that. Because I was watching another video on that. Eliminator did one. But this one is straight looseness in the wheel. There's a plastic bushing in there. I'm not going to worry about it.